Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about ham hocks. These are awesome. This is from Mahaffey Farms, as you can tell, one of my very most favorite farms ever. We've been buying stuff from them for about 6 years. Their pork is just phenomenal. Their pork, their chicken, their beef, their eggs, everything they do is just top quality. So if you're looking for a great farm to go check out or to buy their stuff, this is not a paid advertisement. I just love them. So anyway, ham hocks. Look at that. Ooh, I love me some ham hocks. They are the best seasoning for beans, red beans and rice, all kinds of soups. Just, God, they're good. To me, it's the best meat on the pig, which some people may go, ooh, or whatever. But it's got such a sweet flavor because it's right next to the bone, and they're super easy to deal with. So I've got a pot, you see that right there? On my stove, filled up with water. All I'm going to do is put these in there and let them boil probably an hour-ish, maybe a little more, until they're really tender. And then I'm going to pick them. And here's the best thing about ham hocks. The action of what we're going to do is going to be super simple. But what you can do with them is package them and freeze them like we did with the bell pepper and the green onion and the bacon. And then it makes the fastest, most flavorful addition to any kind of dishes you're preparing that you might need a little ham flavor. Here's an example. I didn't use the hocks this morning because I didn't have any because I hadn't done these yet. But I made some kind of a scrambled omelet type egg scramble thing for breakfast this morning. I grabbed some of my bell pepper, some of the green onion I had, a little bit of the bacon, threw that in the skillet with a little deer sausage I had, grabbed some chard out of my garden, threw that in there, cooked it down with some of the trilogy, see, there you go, and then some leftover sauteed mushrooms I had. Got all that going in the skillet, threw in a few eggs and kind of just did an egg scramble. It was amazingly flavorful. Ooh, and I put some jalapenos in there. But it was so incredibly fast, and it was super fast because I had already done the prep and I already had the stuff ready to go. So that's kind of what the deal is with these ham hocks today. I have put them in pots, boiled them, and then used that stock and the picked meat to cook beans. That's a great way to do it. In this particular case, I just want to get some little packages of ham meat in my freezer to have handy when I need it. Because I'd have thrown ham in that little skillet, saute, egg, scrambly, omelette-y thing I did this morning if I'd had it, but I was out. So we're going to dump these in there. I'll move over to the stove. This is so incredibly simple, you're going to kind of think it's a wasted video, but it's what you can do with these things that's awesome. So hang tight. Okay, so we got a nice rolling boil in my pot. I did a pretty good sized pot because I want a lot of good stock. The thing about the hock, it's got skin around. This is part of the pig's leg. Let me pull this back here so you can actually see it. So there's skin, there's a lot of fat in there, so it makes some of the most amazing stock you'll ever have. So, I mean, a package of these is a few dollars. I mean, this was about 1.5 pounds, and I want to say maybe $4, something like that. It's not expensive at all, but throw the... Okay, let's check our hocks and see how they're doing. Ooh, check out that steam. All right, so let's see. Can you see those? Let me pull this back over here. God, it smells good. It's close. We're getting there. The fork goes in, but you want it really tender where it just goes in and just slides right out. So it still needs a little ways to go. But look at that stock. It's beautiful. It's perfect. My camera skills bite. But it's perfect for beans or soup or anything like that. So we're going to let it keep going. It's been on for about an hour. I'm going to give it probably another, 20 minutes. We'll check it again. Okay, we're going to check our hocks again. I think they should probably be done this time, but let's see. I'm going to do it this way. All right. So, yep, that's it. See how tender that is? And it just kind of pulls apart real easy. So I'm going to pull these out. Oh yeah, when they start coming apart like that and the bone falls out, it's done. Turn this off. Well, so we're just going to set them in here and let them cool. Oh my gosh, the meat is just sliding out. That's so awesome. They'll cool off real good so we can pick them. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is like the best ham flavor you'll ever eat in your life. Ooh, and that bone. If I only had a dog. So anyway, we'll let this cool off and then we'll pick these. And like I was saying earlier, if you were making beans, this stock right here is perfection. Ooh, there's another big chunk of meat. Look at that. And then you could just put your beans in here to cook them, add your ham, some sausage, seasoning, some of your bell pepper out of the freezer, or some of your trilogy out of the refrigerator. I mean, just all those things you already have prepared and ready to go. Would make cooking a batch of beans super simple. I'm going to take this stock and put it into some 32-ounce containers and stick it in my freezer so I have it ready whenever I need it. I'm going to pick the ham, get it wrapped up in probably about 2-ounce packages. That seems to be a good amount. And stick that in the freezer. So next time I'm working on a some kind of recipe, like my grandmother's eggplant recipe that has ham in it, I'd have that ready. When I want to do an omelet, I'll have that ready. It's just wonderful to have it on hand. So as soon as this cools down to the point that it can be touched, we'll come back. I'll pick it really quick, show you how that works, and we'll be wrapped up. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes and I'm back, but I want to show you something. Let me turn this down here. Can you see that? It's a little crooked, but whatever. I'm going to pull these out. Look at that, it just slides right out. And get the fat pulled away. Because if you can get that fat off of there, it will cool off a whole bunch faster. And the fact that it's that tender and just slides right off, it'll just help it cool off. And, you know, being the ultra patient person that I am, I love to have to wait on stuff. So if I can make it go faster, I'm all about going faster. So if you have a dog, the bones, those ham bones and this fat, oh my gosh, would be amazing. They would love you forever. And it would be super good for their coat and just good for their overall health. And if you don't have a dog, like I don't, unfortunately, it's just going to go in the trash. Because we done got all the goodie out of this. There's no lard to be made from it because I showed you that stock, which is just divine. So we'll just kind of leave it like this. I'll try not to eat it all while it's cooling so that there's something to show y'all when I come back. And then when we come back, we'll pick the rest of the fat off. We'll get it packaged up and we'll be done. Okay, we're back for the last piece of the video. I'm going to flip this down here so you can see, hopefully, what I'm doing. Yep, here we go. All right, so I've got the scale. I've got my little tissue paper things just because I like those. And I usually just go through here and just kind of tear it up like that. I don't usually get it too small because depending on the recipe I'm putting in, will depend how big I want it. So I leave it a little bigger and then I can always chop it later. But I'm just mainly going in here and pulling off any big pieces of fat or skin that are left. And that is almost 2 ounces. Can you, yeah, you can see the scale. So see, that gives you a good idea. I mean, that's a good amount of meat. And depending on the recipe you're working on, ooh, got too much. You know, you could do multiple little packages. Ooh, 201, perfect. Slide that off, grab another one. Or if you're doing, like I was talking about this morning, doing the, you know, like a little omelet or an egg scramble or something like that and throw some of this in there. A couple ounces is plenty. All right, but that's all you got to do. I mean, this is super simple. Put some water in a pot, dump your hocks in there, let them go, slow rolling boil, hour and a half-ish, till your fork just pokes in them real easy and comes out. Just fish them out, let them cool, pick them, and either you can use them immediately in some beans or soup or something like that, or you can do like what I'm doing and put them in the freezer. The beauty of this, see if I can get this up without losing the phone. Okay, while I was flipping the phone off, I about wanted to. While I was turning the phone back up, the camera, I accidentally turned it off, sorry. Anyway, the beauty of this is it makes cooking later so easy. So easy and quick and just simple. And this, I've been doing this afternoon, 10 minutes at the stove and all the rest of the times doing whatever I'm doing. And just come back to this, in between stuff. So it's just a great little tip and thing to have handy. And I'm telling you, you eat ham hock meat and golly, you will never turn back. It is the best thing ever. Just make sure you get smoked ham hocks. That's a big thing. The unsmoked ones are kind of like unsmoked bacon. It's good for some things, but not for the way I'm talking about using it. So anyway, that's that. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. If you've done this before or you do this after watching the video, let me know that as well. And I promise when you get your freezer full of these little prepped ingredients, it'll make your life easier. It'll make cooking so much quicker and you won't be so stressed about putting dinner together or breakfast or whatever it is you're doing, because you'll have everything you need just quickly done right there. So have a good one.